Welcome back to another installment of Unchartered. This week, we have a number of things to do in the Lowcountry. From crabbing in the waters of downtown Charleston to training with the military.
Keep going.
We came to the Lowcountry to get the unique experience it offers, like the vintage American architecture, diverse culture, and the cuisine Charleston has to offer. Stay tuned as Becca, Lojo, and myself compete for a donation on behalf of 𝗁𝗵𝗶𝗀𝗀. This is Unchartered, Lowcountry.
Right now we're at Bristol Marina in downtown Charleston.
And the Lowcountry, you guys, is known for its local cuisine and fresh seafood, and it does not get any fresher than catching it yourself. We are actually here doing a little crabbing expedition in our first challenge for points today with Tia Clark.
Yes,
Tia,
welcome.
world-renowned crab person, right?
World-renowned.
That's what we hear.
Don't believe everything you hear. That is me, and I'm gonna take y'all crabbing today.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
All right, folks. So I got a little card right here. Day 1, crabbing, judged by Tia. Here's the thing. All right, so she's gonna take us around. She's gonna show us the actual techniques. I'm not even sure how you do this at all. So I'm assuming we're throwing either cast nets or crab traps or something like that to catch these crabs. Then, not only are we gonna catch them, we're gonna have a little competition to see who can break down a crab the fastest between the three of us. Tia's gonna judge it. She's gonna be on the stopwatch. I don't think any of us have ever done this before, right? Never broken down a crab before?
Once a really long time ago.
So slight advantage to Becca.
Not really.
Slight
No
advantage,
pressure, Becca.
but
No
it's
pressure.
okay. Tia's gonna help us along the way. And at the end of this whole thing, we're gonna be cooking these bad boys up and eating them right here on the water. You can't beat that.
You'll see bright orange lines up this railing here, and you also see some on the ramp here. This is high tide. See the water touching the marshlands. And it was a really full moon. So this water is extra high today.
Okay.
Crabs are fast in the water. When you grab these lines, don't grab them and start easing the basket up like this.
You
Because
gotta
if you
rip
do,
them.
not really rip them. It's here on the bottom. Quick, continuous, just keep the sides up. Okay?
Okay.
So the basket's out in the water. This is the most common thing everybody does. Hey, I got one. And then the crab is gonna climb out of this and go into the water if you hold it over the side like this.
no.
If you get a crab, bring it over the railing. Hey, I got one. Keep the sides up. The other common thing people do. Woo!
Runs out.
I see what happens there.
As soon as you put the sides down, the crab's coming out of there, all right? So when you get them, just keep them up. But really, the smart crabs, they're already climbing. And really, when you get your first look at this basket, normally there's a crab right here with their claw hanging over the side.
I think
There's a lot
I
on the
absorbed
list.
enough that's gonna help us today, but
I feel educated.
yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like we're gonna catch crabs a multitude of different ways. So, I mean,
I'm excited. First
I'm
points on
excited.
the board right here. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Settle in, let's hit it. All right, so hang on, Connor. On the count of 3, you guys grab your line, and I want you pulling as fast as you can. 1, 2, 3. You got it. I had the wrong line there. There you go. Come on. Hey, Lojo called it. He did. Look at there.
Yes.
He did call it. Lojo.
Oh, snap.
Hey,
Anybody
man.
else get one?
Hey, he called that though.
Yes. See, I'm telling you guys, got the instinct.
Yo.
Hey, if y'all want to come down here, we're going to give you a crabbing tutorial real quick. We're good at it.
I'm trying to see if it. Oh, it's a.
Look
Okay,
at them nails.
Yeah, that's a girl.
that's a
Yeah, the
big old-
nails and then
Well,
the. What do you
for
call
one-
the under? Apron.
The apron.
Yeah, okay, that's what
Back
I was
shell
trying
is
to
the
check.
carapace and the underbody is
Yeah.
the apron.
Oh God, here we
You
go.
get your thumb ready. Push that crab down, hold it into the dock. Now, there we go. Bring in your other thumb. Now, I want you to make a W at the same time. Index fingers here and there. Pull them claws in. You got it. You got it. Pull a little higher. Higher, higher, higher. You got it. Like what? There you go. Now slide your thumb in. See how you're making that place for your thumb? Point at me with this claw. Pull it all the way out. Feel how strong she is?
Dude, that joker is strong, man. Holy smokes.
Now, under
I'll
that
take your word
claw,
for it, Lojo.
raise that one up over the spikes. Pull that one up over the spikes. There you go. Hold tight. Put that index finger under. Point out. Hold tight. You got him.
That is-
let go.
That is crazy how
That is
strong
crazy.
that tiny little crab is. I'm blown
Hey,
away.
she'll get you.
I
Don't
tried
let
to
her-
open the arm and she was like,
like
nope.
tough, but hey, sometimes you get them, man, and I'm pulling like this, and my arm's shaking because the crab's fighting
Yeah,
back like that,
that's
and they
crazy.
just don't want to go. They
That's
don't want to go.
insane, man. They're so
She
strong.
actually didn't even stop eating. lunch.
Oh, look, she's got chicken. She got chicken in her mouth.
Don't care nothing about you,
Let's
man.
freaking
Don't care
go.
nothing about you.
For one,
Keeping her
we need to
weird.
go ahead and measure this one. Now,
Okay.
we know that that's a keeper, but just look at the spikes. Remember, you measuring by the
Yeah.
points right here. You can see that's a grown-up girl.
That's
So
a
Ryan
that's a
got
big.
this.
It's a nice
I
one.
want you to put this on this ruler right
All
here.
right.
The left point, keep holding that crab. That left point starts at the 25, right there at the tip.
Okay.
We are at 31.
31, we're good.
6-inch girl right
We're
there.
good to
So,
go.
6-inch right there. You keeping track of this? We
Yeah,
got
don't worry,
6-inch
don't worry.
here for Lojo.
As far as I'm concerned, it's
We don't have one in here now, so go ahead and put your hand down in there. Let that crab go. Excellent on the board.
Yeah,
Good job.
pressure's off now, guys. I mean, that was so cool. I cannot describe how strong that crab's claws were. I mean, I literally grabbed it and I tried to straighten it out, and it like fought back like it was arm wrestling me. So I'm really excited. That was really fun. Now I really want to see these two folks. I really want to see Westin hold one because I feel like he's the most nervous out of everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to see him do it. But Becca's also, I think she's trying to play cool, but I think she's nervous too.
Y'all better hurry up. Lojo's
I got a hot hand. I got the hot hand right now.
Oh, get them things. Don't let them get them all.
make sure you spell our names right on that trophy, all right?
Oh my God.
I'm hot. What can I say? I'm hot.
Come on, that
I got
one
it.
wasn't even sitting right.
Oh no.
Once you feel comfortable, take this hand up and pick that crab up.
Lojo, I thought you've been doing this your whole life.
You in it, though. That's
Let's
that's
go,
it right
baby.
there. Hold on, stay down there.
Oh my
hold
God.
on.
That's crazy.
But just that little bit of shuttle right there. Look at
Look at her trying to kick me off. She's missing a couple legs too on that side.
Absolutely.
That is crazy. You guys got to get in the game now.
I know.
I'm providing
so far. The points massive.
I'm providing food for the whole crew here. Nobody else, Westin and Becca aren't even helping out.
All right, let's see what happens here. This could be the one. Just going quick. Straight up. Let's see what we got. There we go. We got us one. We got us one. There we go.
There you go.
Okay. First crab for me, you guys. Holy smokes. I don't know if she's a keeper, but
Let's measure it. It's close.
It's close.
Here's the thing. I think it's under, but I want you to measure it because I want your eyes to start getting used to what's going to be the legal size.
hey, when points are on the line, you got to get the measuring tape
That's
out.
right.
Let's see it, Westin.
All right, here we go. You know, I'm a little curious myself. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Four and a half. About, now, honestly, like, look, you're over the line there, just so you know. You
it's
can go
close.
about there.
Yep.
So that's about 4 and a half there.
That's
Just a little short there.
That's almost the equivalent to long arming those fish. You know, it's a little bigger than what you
Hold them claws out real
Put them
far.
out real far from you.
Okay, so I don't think this one's going to keep, so what I need to do with this one.
You're
Just
going to
kinda
come right here?
Just,
Now, Lojo, I want you to see how fast they move.
Yeah, I want to see it.
wow. All right, I'm pumped.
Big male.
She got one? No way.
Big male.
Oh, no.
That's a big one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, it's a big one.
You on the board with
Yeah,
that
I
one, young
know,
lady. Now, basket even heavy. Good night. All right, Becca,
That's a
get that
big
thumb
crab,
ready. Get your
Becca.
thumb ready.
You better.
Push down on. Push.
Oh!
You got to Yes. Look at that.
Look at it.
On the board.
Bringing
Took
it
me a
home.
hot minute,
That is
but
what I'm talking about.
look how blue that is. Like,
That's
that's so
looking too.
sick.
They actually get the name, blue crabs get their name from the blue on the inside of the male claw. That's why they call them blue crabs.
What? What?
Got you now.
6 and a half, 7 right here.
Okay.
Nice. You got it. We're walking all the way down here because of things we know about the current. We know that the water is moving this direction.
You can see
Once-
right here, like how it's moving.
Oh, you can see all the stuff coming
Yeah.
out from the top. That's what we were waiting on up there. And this is still the beginning of it. It's still not moving as fast as it's going to be.
Yeah.
Down there was nothing when we pulled those up the first time. The next time, they're going to really kind of start going underneath. Now, the reason I'm showing you that is when we reset the skier, you have to reset into the current. So if you start pulling down here, you're going to reset lines over ones that are already in the water. That's why we start
Gotcha.
pulling down here in order and just pull them in order as you're coming back down. There is a weight that is on that clip. So when you throw it, it's going to sink and it's going to get stuck into the pluff mud a little bit. Things that we know. We know the water is moving in this direction. Once you lift your bait out of the mud, there's nothing on it. It should just be floating with the current. So you pay attention to your line. When your line's taut, if it just starts moving like this in front of you, sometimes there's nothing on it. Don't give up on it. But those are, you can't see in this water. So you have to find clues from some of the other things. Look for the nervous energy on the line and pay attention to what your line's doing. If for some reason you know this current's moving like this, if you pull your line and your line is still straight down here in front of you, it's either covered with snails and that weight is keeping it there, or there's a crab or something that is causing weight to keep it hanging here in front of you instead of posting with the current. Now, right about here is where you need to start raising up. See how I am not pulling this thing towards my stomach? Instead, I'm raising it almost past my forehead each time. That's right, and just let go of it as you bring it up. Let go.
I feel like I see the line shaking a little
yeah, there's
bit.
something going on here.
Yeah.
You just be ready to get underneath it, okay? It's swimming towards the dock.
Taking you under the dock now.
You're good. So see it.
Oh,
Did
it
you
just
see?
popped
I just saw
I
it.
just saw it pop off.
I
That was
saw
not
your
me.
line
I saw it.
shaking
That
as
was
you pulled it
There
up.
was no way I could have gotten that.
Becca, you couldn't have.
Yeah.
All right, leave her alone. Leave her alone. You guys now, the guys here are going to pair up with you guys. We'll decide. I think each one of you guys gets to pull first. So give your net to one of these guys. They're going to be your netter for you, okay?
I want to give it a shot.
There we go.
I've got a hot hand right now, but
You stay on it.
We were just talking about it's a dance. Like it's a slow, it's finesse. You can't just horse them up because they're just holding on after all. So I mean, there's nothing holding them there except themselves. So I think I'm still pulling slack right now. I'm waiting to see that shake because I saw her line shaking.
I think I might have something here. I'm not sure.
Oh,
A lot of snails.
snails.
Snails. I was gonna say I felt a little something that was going away from the dock there.
So apparently, catching them on this little hand line deal where they have to hold on, I mean, we already knew it was really difficult, but if you're able to do it, apparently you join a pretty exclusive club here in Charleston. So I know me, Westin, and Becca would all love to join that club, but I'm sure this is so hard to do, only one of us may be able to do it.
It's tight. And we know we didn't throw it under the dock.
That's right.
So it's definitely got walked. So slow. I'm gonna let you hurt. Scoop right from behind here. Scoop this thing. Oh,
nice
no, it's
there.
in there.
Scoop,
Go,
scoop,
go,
scoop,
go.
scoop, scoop, scoop.
All right, guys, so my charity is called the Lowcountry Food Bank. Now, what they do, they are a regional company, and they provide healthy meal options for people and families in need. And to date, they've helped over 280,000 people up and down the coastal area of South Carolina. So if you guys want to check them out, click the link in the description if you want to see more about what they do or if you can help out. But that is my charity. I got it! Let's go! Yes! Was that the one that I just pulled up?
No, I just went to go
minute
pull
ago,
this
yeah.
thing back in on you.
Get out of here!
Look at that, Rusty.
So I felt
you
something.
just
I knew I
put this
and he
thing
probably
back
jumped
in the
back
water.
in.
He just came right back.
I knew I felt something
yeah,
chewing
you felt
on
that
it.
old Rusty
Good
right
looking
there,
Rusty.
bro.
It's a Rusty.
Yeah. All right.
What do you call it? Rusty?
Rusty Jimmy.
Jimmy. Rusty Jimmy. So that means we get our picture taken now, right? Because I was the
That's
netter.
the only one.
Yes.
So I'm gonna hold it. Oh man, that's good right there.
All right. So I hold the
yeah,
the
you
pitchfork
stand
or
right
whatever.
there. All right.
Yeah,
Now,
okay.
here we go.
Great
Shoulder
anchors.
to shoulder.
Yep.
Excellent.
So we keep it really simple, it's just a little bit of water in the bottom of the pot with a splash of apple cider vinegar and some Old Bay. We got all of that coming up to a boil, and then we added the crabs and steamed them for about 10-15 minutes, and then turn the heat off and just kind of let them chill in there for a minute until you guys are ready, and now we're ready to go.
On one, we grab it, right? 3, 2.
Or go.
Oh, you're more competitive than he is.
Did
Did you see that?
Usually wait till you start before.
Did you see? You're more competitive
3,
than
2,
him.
1.
We'll go
No go?
on
No,
three.
go is for
On
for
3,
knees.
you're gonna pick your crab up, take the claws
On
off.
3.
Yeah.
On 3.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
On 3.
Just
On
a quick
three.
a quick recap. Like honestly, so
No, let's recap real
No,
fast.
yeah, real quick.
Come close to the body, bend
Yeah.
the claws back. Hold that back
Oh,
leg,
yeah.
and then get that
And then-
finger all the way
Okay.
underneath.
All right, let's
and
do
you're
it.
going opposite direction.
Yeah.
This arm's coming up, and the other one's just staying
Okay.
down. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
You guys got the timer going?
Becca, see, you know what to do.
How long are we giving these guys to pick these things? 2
I don't know.
minutes?
Well, it's just whoever's the fastest.
Whoever's the fastest.
So,
I
whoever's
like
the fastest to get done.
I like it. All right, guys. Gladiators, ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Get them claws off. Good job. Take that carapace off, that hard shell. You got it. Excellent, Becca. There you go, Lojo. Oh! Westin! I win! We done it!
2 minutes.
There we go.
Man, this one's been eating some chicken right here. Look at that.
Oh, that's why we got the advantage. We're one claw up.
Yeah, get it.
10 seconds.
Go.
Okay.
That is
All right.
Stand back. Let me see what we got here. Now, I'm going to start right over here. Completely empty there on that shell. That
Yeah, I
little
didn't-
piece of claw
Looks like a
left.
crime scene.
Listen, it does look like a crime scene, but look at all that meat. That's a really
yeah, I know.
good job.
I
I'm not
know.
gonna tell Becca she did
Now,
good or anything,
Westin, looks how he cleaned all of that meat out of that shell. You can almost see his
I am
shell there.
Portuguese. I do this
You
at
guys,
family
I can still
gatherings.
see meat in there.
Yeah, he
See
cleaned
how
it out better.
I'm just saying,
Oh.
if we going for the true picking and the cleanest crab, you can see the actual crab shell here in the Westin's crab.
Yep.
got
How'd you get
all
in there
that
so
meat out
good?
of
Hey
it.
man, you just gotta risk
That's
it. You gotta.
That's the evidence
Yeah.
right there. What
Yeah.
happened on
You don't wanna
hand.
leave any of that
Let me
behind.
Get on over here to Lojo.
All right.
Yeah, I definitely didn't clean it as good. I got more meat
you got
than he
a lot
did.
of meat here,
Yep.
but there's still a lot left in this body.
Oh, it's between you and me, brother.
Let the team down.
If I had to call it, even though his power looks like this,
It's because he cleaned it.
he cleaned it.
Yeah, he
cleaned
did a
it
better
out
clean
of
job. I'll
the
give it to
shell.
him.
So I gotta give it to you, Westin.
Oh,
You
no
went
way.
in there for the clean.
Okay.
It was the
Okay.
messiest,
Good
but
job,
the shell
good
is the
job.
clean, and that's what counts.
All right. Also, in a shocking turn of events, holy smokes! It didn't come down to who got the most out of the crab, but who actually maybe cleaned it the best. Is that what you'd
Yeah.
say?
That is who
For the
cleaned it.
dub right there, and 100 points to your boy.
That's right. You get them points for the clean. That is right. And now you go on to try that meat. Heat it up. Try it in that butter. Mix it up.
All right, we are officially done crabbing. It was so much fun. Special thanks to you and everyone else that made it possible. It was a blast. I think we all can say we learned a lot today, and we got to eat good. Congrats on the win.
I appreciate
What?
you.
100? You got 100
I
points.
think 100
Yes.
points. That's right.
That's right. Yep.
100 points. We're repping the new merch. Thank you very much. Very exciting.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all crushed it today, by the
Thank
way.
you. Yes.
Awesome.
But yeah, big shout out to Tia. How can people book one of these experiences with you? What's the best
Casual-
way to get a hold of you?
Casualcrabbingwithtia.com. Come see us any day.
Worth
we
it.
here.
Full recommendation.
Yes.
Right here
Come on.
from the Uncharted.
You got Yelp reviews yet? Because I got you. I got
Hook me
you.
up, no. Hook me up. It's Casual Crabbing with Tia on my side, and then on Airbnb experience platform, it's Let's Go Crabbing.
Boom.
Perfect.
Let's go crabbing.
Perfect.
And next up, I think we're headed downtown, y'all, to enjoy some of the best food the city has to offer. We'll catch you then. All right, guys, we have made it to the heart of downtown Charleston, and we're heading over to the Pineapple Fountain. We're actually linking up with a guide for the evening. He's taking us on a culinary tour. His name is Giles, and we're gonna see what all this place has got to offer. I'm looking forward to it. What about you guys?
I'm
hungry.
excited. I'm hungry. We
Hungry.
both just woke up from a nap, and I think food is the answer.
Oh yeah,
Definitely on the docket.
Let's go.
Oh, that's straight up berry. Delicious. You can just taste it. All right, guys. So out of every place I went to, I think Coogan's Porch was probably my favorite, just because I'm really into pulled pork, and I usually don't get pulled pork with coleslaw, but it was unbelievable.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, I
I
usually
normally
just
don't
say
eat it.
no
That was fire.
coleslaw on it, and I know I might get roasted for that, but I usually just don't. I just like the pulled pork. It was unbelievable, and not to mention the cornbread was just as
The
good.
cornbread was fire. The butter that was on it was
the
fire.
mixture
Yeah.
of both of them, it was a great meal. So that one was my top one.
I agree it was delicious, but our second spot was Tempest, and man, we had some oysters off the chain. We finished up with some cognac and even some cigars to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
service
that
right
was
there. That's
spot was
top
sick.
notch.
And the art on the
service.
ceiling
No,
there.
you
And she
guys-
got a rose.
So they got
Yes.
cigars and I got a rose, which I'm actually really happy with. So.
Yep.
Becca is now a Charleston rose.
Yeah.
I think we can
It's
agree
official.
that was absolutely delicious.
I
and
think
one of
that
the
place
top
had like the
spots.
most. I'm gonna say like kind of exotic cuisine. It had like I don't even know what I was eating half the time.
I
It was
didn't
like,
either. I
there was
had
like
no
a-
idea.
There was like a clam pasta thing.
A
and then,
rice thing.
Then the bread had seaweed in it. Like there was a lot going on in that
It was
restaurant.
delicious.
But
Oh, we didn't say it's the #1 most popular
yeah, it's the,
in the United States or something restaurant that we just
Number one up and coming in Charleston.
coming,
So
yeah.
Tempest apparently is
Yeah.
number one up and coming.
No, in the country,
Charleston.
in the country.
country.
in the
That's
country.
right.
And then
Yeah.
we went over to
yeah. Then my favorite was Oyster House Seafood. Luckily, we didn't eat any more oysters there because that's not really my thing. But what we did have was some shrimp and grits, which is a Southern classic. So coming from Alabama, that's what I love to see. What was y'all's favorite from there?
I like-
Shrimp,
was
grits,
interesting.
𝗃𝗵𝗄𝐶,
𝗃𝗵𝗄𝐶
which was the
Well,
first time ever.
So that did indeed have dairy, so I only picked at it,
Yeah.
but it was incredible.
Yeah, not to mention the dessert spot, which I believe was called Carmela's.
and then we
And so we had some cake and some non-dairy kind of gelato or like
Yeah.
red velvet,
Red
man, and some
velvet.
sorbetto, so like a sorbet
Some
mixture
sorbetto,
for her
that's
since
right.
she is non-dairy, and it was absolutely
Not by choice.
delicious.
yeah.
And all wrapping
yeah.
up with 100 points for your boy going in. From
Oh, you
first
gonna
day,
bring that up?
day on the crowd.
You gonna bring that up?
But
And,
tomorrow I'm coming in hot.
Yeah, the
Coming
good
in
thing
hot.
is the points do not stack on this Uncharted. So you did win day one, but
Yeah.
it's over starting tomorrow. It's going to be a whole new point system. Big shout out to our guide, Mr. Giles. He just killed it with this whole food experience. I don't even know what you call this, like a tasting tour or
culinary tour, I believe.
I mean, multiple restaurants. He covered all the history of Charleston, the rich history, the cultural dive into the food. So big shout out to him for providing us with that. But tomorrow we're going fishing. We're going fishing. We're going to visit a marine base. We're going to do a little obstacle course action.
And we actually have a loser.
Oh, there's a punishment.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, there's a big time
punishment
tomorrow.
Just letting you know.
Along with some new points and some new challenges. So got a big day coming up tomorrow. So stay tuned on Unchartered. Welcome back to Unchartered. Now, South Carolina is known for its many military installations all over the state. But right here where we are, there's a Marine base, there's an air base, and there's even Parris Island, which is where United States Marines go to do their basic training. I don't know if y'all knew that.
Yep.
So we're like 5 or 10 minutes away right now from where Marines are getting trained to become whatever in their careers. Now, who knew the fishing around Parris Island could actually be pretty good? That's what we're gonna be doing today. And a little bit later on this afternoon, we're actually gonna visit a Marine air base and get a tour around, kind of see what the Marines around here do. They may even show us a fishing spot or two. I'm not sure. They may put us through a basic training of our own. We're not really sure. But as far as the fishing, why don't you open up the old card for today, Becca, and see what we got in store for us.
Suspense.
Oh boy. Oh,
keep it to yourself.
All right, so the point systems for today is each fish caught is 25 points.
Okay.
And then there's more points later on today too. So if we suck at fishing, you guys can
have a chance.
You have a chance to redeem yourself later on today.
Yeah, we're going to try and catch some fish though for you guys. Let me tell you what, we got potential for redfish, some spotted sea trout,
dolphin,
some various different species.
Some dolphin out here.
I
don't think you can catch those, but there's dolphins out here.
Yep.
So it's going to be a good old time.
I mean, who knows?
No, we're going to try putting it together for you guys, and if not, we got a couple other days, but I feel good about this morning. We're all rigged up, new leader line, new braid.
Fresh spool.
Fresh spool, baby, so I think we'll make it happen. I'm confident.
Let's go catch some fish.
Yeah, great thing about saltwater is any cast you could really catch dozens of different fish using the same types of lures, so hopefully we can have that kind of luck, but 25 points per fish.
Let's do it.
Let's go, folks. We'll have the current to our back, it looks like, or the wind kind of pushing us down this bank. So we'll be able to troll it some.
Yeah, we should be good. I mean, if he's fishing, the rocks look fantastic. Someone's already fishing it.
Yeah.
Fish into where we're going.
A rocky bank that goes into like a little cove that's high tide right now. So
might see some smallmouth, right? Some smallmouth.
Yeah, big time saltwater smallies.
Yep.
I am seeing some fish on the graph though for real skis.
Oh
so
yeah,
that's
dude.
Good.
There's
not sure what that is.
That's fish.
Or like what species, but yeah, that's a good sign right
fish
there.
I want to catch.
We should probably get rods in hands and start getting after it. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to consult with my saltwater people here, but I just had a bite and my line is just chewed up here. This is brand new line and it's chewed up.
Oh my god.
So, saltwater species, a lot of them have sharp teeth. I thought it was a bite, so I kind of leaned into it and my line broke so clean, like it wasn't snagged on something or it was right off that rock point. Wow, I know it wasn't a rock break because it's so chewed up. So that's good sign, but also kind of frustrating. Fish.
No way.
Yep. Oh, here we go, baby. First fish. All right, there's a net in the back, guys.
Get the net.
I know it's a competition, but
it's a redfish.
No way. Oh,
dude, it's a redfish.
Get that redfish in. We
Let's go.
Let's freaking go, baby. My first ever redfish. Good job, Westin.
On the birthday.
On the Skelly swim. That's right, it is my birthday.
Here, let me handle the motor so we don't hit these rocks.
Now, okay, redfish.
Nice,
do you just lip them like a bass?
Oh, yeah, you can lip them.
Yep.
Oh man, he's got some strength to him. Not exactly what they call a bull red or anything, which would be like a big male. But hey man, first ever redfish. Basically just like a little underspin head right there. The little salt native skelly swim. We were just talking about how the gold might be the color too.
Yeah.
So really good sign, guys. I mean, we just got to this spot. Boom. So not only my first redfish on my birthday, but 25 points. So what a beautiful little fish. it kind of seemed a lot bigger than that as I hooked into it because it seemed like it was a Mondo.
That ain't no largemouth, so it probably did fight pretty good.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, guys.
Congrats, homie.
Thanks,
yeah, for
man.
sure.
Thank you.
First fish in the boat on the tour here.
Yeah, thank you.
You said you wanted one.
I did. Yeah, so I was gonna get a picture with old 𝗃𝗃𝗃 over here behind the camera, but yeah, I'm just not too confident holding these redfish. Their mouths are not quite like bass. They don't have like a really nice grippy jaw.
It's
so I probably should
slippery.
have put a grip on them or something. I was gonna give them a nice little sip of water, take a picture, but now we got to catch more.
Yeah, yeah, we do.
Yeah, trim is just completely out. It's done.
Really?
Yep. Oh. But
Well, hopefully with the lower tide and the boat ramp being lower, we won't run into issues as we try and pull her out.
oh yeah, we can winch it up too,
Okay.
slowly. But
All right.
yeah, so that makes a lot more sense. I don't know how much of this you guys have already seen, but we're soaking wet.
Yes.
Because we've been like fighting the current and the waves to try to get back. We're gonna focus on our next thing to do, and that is visiting the Marine Air Base and linking up with a lieutenant who's gonna kind of give us a little bit of a tour and kind of tell us about what the Marines here in Charleston, South Carolina, or Beaufort, excuse me.
All right, y'all, sorry to interrupt the fishing, but we are introducing the charity that Lojo, Becca, and myself are actually competing for towards a charitable donation courtesy of Low Boats and Catch Company. So my charity is actually Lowcountry Habitat, which is a local chapter of Habitat for Humanity, an organization that works to provide affordable housing to those in need. With the help of volunteers and homeowners, Lowcountry Habitat is able to build and restore homes within their community. Habitat for Humanity provides services in all 50 states and 70 countries worldwide. To learn more about them, click the link in the description and see how you can get involved. Let's now go hit the Marine base.
How you doing, boss?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Who's this? You're delivering a boat to...
Lieutenant.
Alright, so that's his green Jeep right
Okay.
there.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so you're just going to pull in and follow him.
All right. Sounds good.
Alright?
All right. Thank you.
Yep, just follow that green Jeep.
Yes,
alright?
sir. We'll do. Thank you.
Yeah, so we just made it into MCAS, and yeah, they just let us in. They said, you're delivering a boat? We said, I don't know if that's the deal. Maybe we're leaving Lojo's boat here, but anyways, I think they've got something special lined up for us.
Quick question.
So MCAS, is that the way?
MCAS.
Okay, that's what you said.
That's what I
so
said.
Good job. Yeah, that was close.
I
Yeah.
see a really nice pond right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a
Yeah.
fishable pond?
Yeah. You guys want to try it on the way out?
Oh yeah.
Okay, we've got
that
the
one
permission.
redfish. Just wait, we'll catch some bass in this video too.
I was gonna ask, like, how many reds today?
One.
One.
Right off the bat, then we could not find him anymore.
This is my Sergeant Carter.
How's it going?
Yeah, you
Nice to meet you, Lojo, man.
Nice to meet y'all.
Westin.
Becca.
Nice to meet y'all.
Nice to meet you.
Blake.
Yeah, Blake.
I'm prior service, so it's
Yeah,
natural for me
prior
to call
Army,
you
right?
your rank. That's
Okay,
just,
yeah.
you know,
Sergeant,
that's
you
just how it
or
goes.
Carter, that works too.
Yeah.
So a lot of people just say Carter.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah, so today I think we're gonna go over to the airfield. We're gonna look at some jets taking off, kind of just do
Hell
a day in the life, somewhat abbreviated because it's the end of the day. Marines are kind of punching out, but yeah, we'll go over there. We'll swing by ARF, which is the Aircraft Rescue Firefighting. They're kind of our first responders for if like an aircraft goes down or they need to respond to any sort of emergency on the flight line. They'll kind of show you the ARF rodeo, you know, go around their spaces and see day in the life for them. And then we'll finish it off with one of our favorite activities, a little PT challenge.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys, Crocs are definitely not the best shoe.
I
for
don't know
that.
what you're talking about.
No, those are agility. They're already in sport mode.
They're
She's
in
ready.
sport mode.
Yeah, she's ready. Sport. X Games
I'm
mode.
not ready right now.
Such a versatile shoe.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, it should be good. We'll have some Marines there, so it'll be kind of a challenge. I know you guys seen some of your videos. You guys kind of do challenges along the way. So I don't know who's won thus far.
He won day one.
I'm points leader at the
I'm
moment,
ahead
barely.
right now. Well, you won yesterday.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
today, yeah, I'm ahead.
So yeah, we'll pile in. We'll go over, look at some aircraft. We got ear protection for you guys because it does get kind of loud.
Just gonna stand right behind you.
Yeah,
It's
that's definitely a no-go.
That was insane.
It's so crazy, but it's like it's awesome at the same time. Just get that rocking feeling in your chest. Those thrusters come by, they really get on it. It's like somebody just taking your like rib cage and just shaking it. It's insane.
I've been regretting this, or sorry, I've been dreading this for well over a month now because I knew this was coming, and I'm still not prepared, and we're about seconds away, so this is fun.
I see this bike, I see some sleds. I think we're going to be doing some pushing and pulling. It looks like hard work, but they haven't explained it yet, so we'll see.
Lojo, Becca, Cam, cameraman, and Westin. These guys are YouTube fishermen. They've been traveling the Lowcountry. Stop me if you guys want to take over, but I'm just going to give you the intro.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
So here we got a fitness challenge. We just came from ARF. We're going to do kind of a CFT-esque style abbreviated fitness event. I'll let Hutch take it away, but yeah, I think you guys wore the wrong footwear.
Yeah, I think that's a fact.
Are y'all going to be having fun with us, or is it just us?
Absolutely. So, so the objective right now is y'all are actually going to pick an active duty member to actually compete with you.
Okay.
So
right.
you'll pick one person, and then each one of y'all will actually compete separately in different events. It's the same event, but just different time frames. So
okay.
Event 1, Event 2, Event 3. Once you pick who you want to compete with you, I'm gonna have the other Marines come out here with me. We're gonna do a demonstration of the course. Right. Again, I kind of set this up. It's gonna be pretty challenging. I hope y'all are ready. All this equipment, minus the bike, sandbags has to go down and back. A sled has to go down and back. Ammo cans have to come down. One med ball has to come down. One kettlebell, or two, a pair of kettlebells has to come down. When the last piece of equipment crosses the line, that's time. Okay. So this equipment, down and back. The bike right here is also 20 calories. You have to get 20 calories on the bike. You got to knock out 20 calories.
20 calories to give right now.
Is that at the end, or is that the big?
So again, it's strategy.
Oh,
So you and your teammate can literally, we're gonna run through this here in just a second, so you get a full concept of exactly what's going on. But you can actually start wherever you want. You can just take off sprinting down, grab one thing, and come back. If that's the first thing you want to do, you can start on the bike. Only one person on the team can be doing something at a time.
Okay.
So if somebody's running down and back, the other person is just on standby. If somebody's on the bike, you're just waiting until they're done. All right. So only one person can be moving at once.
So just to remind you guys, there are some serious things at stake here, because right now I'm in the lead. So let's just say if Becca were to win this challenge, then she would take over the lead, and then Westin would have to have the punishment. Vice versa, like if we won, if our team won, both of them would be tied for last place, which means they both have to do the punishment. So there's a lot on the line here. I think I'm safe though, right? No matter what happens?
No.
Because I'll be in second place.
Even
One
if
of
you
you
get
can
no
win,
points.
but I'll be in second place.
Okay, so no matter what, you're not even touching the hot pepper.
I just figured that out. I didn't even realize that. So we're just going for pride right now.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
We got nothing to lose.
So really, it's up to them to figure out who's going to win and who's not. So
I like this setup.
yeah, this is going to be interesting.
You ready?
Yep.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, yeah. You like those flip flops, dude?
20, go.
Oh wait, I'm going to get the ball.
That was awesome. How did y'all's quads
They're burning a little bit.
Yeah.
See, I thought I had to do the sled too. I was getting ready to do it. I didn't even get the rules. I think we did pretty good there. I think so too. See, plus we end up with the lighter ones at the end. Like instead of me having to do that, you did that one. I don't know. We'll see.
Those kettlebells are heavier than I thought.
Really?
They're heavier than the ammo cans.
Hey, what time was that, by the way?
3:28.81.
Woo!
Okay.
Hey, that's faster than most CFTs.
Really?
My teammate is my lovely tour guide that gave us the tour, and I decided to pick him. He's not very stoked on it, but neither am I, so we're going through the pain together. We're going to kind of mirror what Lojo just did. I'm going to start on the bike. We're probably going to mix it up a little bit more than they did, but I feel comfortable starting with the bike first.
Where'd my hair go?
You ready?
All right, who are my next two?
I wasn't expecting to be chosen for this.
Sorry, I looked at you, you looked at me, and I was like, you. The team name is Team Asthma Attack. Here we go.
She has asthma. She has to keep breathing. We have to remind her. Breathe. Go!
your legs. Get it on. There you go, sir. The rest of the way. All the way through.
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Becca.
But, so I just don't have to. We just don't have to lose, though, right? So.
Yeah, but that's not the Marine mentality.
That's not the Marine
man.
mentality.
You gotta win the damn thing.
Okay.
You gotta win, right?
Oh, we gotta cross.
Only if it's cool with my partner, though, because I know he's looking forward to a workout. But if I try and just knock it all out and see
Do
if
it
I
all
can beat
by
that
yourself?
4.5. I'm not trying to be Superman, dude. I'm just saying, like,
That's interesting.
if I try
man.
and beat the 4.5, do y'all think that's
about
doable?
it. He's about it.
I mean, that's everything.
You're gonna be pretty gassed.
He's saying, yeah. He's like, well, what's gonna do
Hey,
it?
you hear this, Becca? He's
It's
gonna
up-
beat
it's
you all the
up to
time
you
by
guys.
himself.
You can just have him.
Yeah.
I
gotta run with you.
I can
run with you. He'll motivate you.
How about 4 of the 6 exercises? Because that's a lot.
No. He's
Hey,
let him do
he
it.
wants to do it.
If he beats everyone, what's
If I can't do it, that's fine. I just might as well give it a shot.
I'd love to see you try.
Okay.
I think Mike can do it.
I don't know, dude. It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, it's gonna be terrible.
So you're cool with that?
He can run with you.
I'll run with you.
Yeah.
Let's
They'll just motivate you.
let's give this a shot, man. I think we're gonna go at it solo and see what happens. Try and beat this 430-ish.
How about you?
Right.
Carry the female at
320. Okay,
No,
we'll
he's-
try
I'm
to
sorry,
beat
433.
Okay, 433 is the number.
I have another challenge now.
Marines are gonna do it too.
So they want to do it solo and see if they can beat your time.
Yes.
Yes.
Afterwards or what? Like, how does it go? I guess afterwards.
We got a little bit of time.
Well, you'll beat my time, but I mean, if you want to, hey.
All right, so whenever you're ready, I'm gonna start the clock. Timer, you good? 1. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Down and back.
We just joke around about how Weston's a professional CrossFitter, but he's kind of on pace to beating everybody's time by himself. And at the same time, I think he's pissed off this group of Marines, and they're going to go and see if they can beat his time. So, Lieutenant, you going to try to beat his time too, or are you done?
I'm tapped out.
What will you
He's doing good, though. I'll give him credit. He's doing good. He does not want to eat that pepper.
Keep breathing. Come on. Right on that mic. Right on that mic.
Hey, come on.
I'll tell you, it's going to be close.
Get it. What do you look at?
Woo! This sucks.
Keep going. Keep going. Come on.
Go push it. Come on, you gotta
Eat him already.
Come on, yes.
Push.
Oh, you're okay.
It's going to be so close.
Keep pushing.
Finish strong. Let's go. 3 more. Come on. Come on. 2 more calories. One more. Time.
Good job, buddy. Good job. Pretty good job.
A little short.
He almost beat the first place team time by himself. That's props, definitely props. But you did come in second, means you don't have to eat the peppers.
Good, because this is so dry. Can't even think about it. Dude, this is crazy. He's going for that time of mine. I think it's cutting it close.
Hey, good. Keep going. Keep going.
Focus on your breathing. Come on. Don't look just time. I'll tell you when you get there. Come on.
Let's go.
Breathe.
Keep going.
Don't let it beat you.
Let's go. Keep it up out here. Go. Keep it up. Come on. Come on. Let's go. One more. One more.
Good job, man.
Woo! Hell yeah!
Woo.
3:59.
Good stuff, man. So,
Sam, what you
yeah, we're kind of at that part in the challenge where the losing team. Although right now, I mean, this was awesome. I mean, I hate to say there's no losers, but there's really no losers right now. So Becca and Lieutenant Buss were the last place team. So now they're going to have to decide between a really bad punishment, which we know is taking a bite out of a Carolina Reaper pepper, because we're here in South Carolina. But there's also an alternative mystery punishment, but the thing is they have no idea what that punishment is. It could be a different spicy food. It could be to run this course again. I mean, only the man behind the camera knows what that mysterious punishment is. So let's consult the last place team and see what they want to do. Hold it and show the camera.
Where do you buy that individually packed?
Good Lord.
I just-
That looks...
I feel like maybe if I smell it, it'll make me
Oh,
take
God.
my decision.
Medical back over.
The only thing I'm gonna say, you got to give the people what they want.
I just threw up too.
You
Like,
just threw up already.
yeah, I don't know if you guys know, but I did just go throw up, and I think
Ugh.
eating that is gonna make me
Lieutenant,
throw
you
up
give a whiff?
more.
Jesus, I would not want to eat that. That just
Let me see what
that just smells
It
awful.
looks like poisonous.
Yeah, it does.
What I missed out on.
Not much.
Looks like you just picked it out of a
Oh,
forest,
no.
like it's a poisonous
Becca,
plant that would
seriously.
kill you in the wild. So what's it gonna be, guys? Is it this or the mysterious mystery punishment? Which could be worse. We don't know.
Right there, so.
The what?
The pepper's right there.
Yeah, it's true.
No,
watch.
alternative.
Mystery challenge?
Yeah.
All right, so what is the mystery punishment there, Cam?
Mystery punishment is only 10 push-ups.
Oh my gosh, you're getting off so easy.
10
You're getting off so
I
easy.
still, all right, my whole body's like jello right now, so
Yeah.
it's like easy, and I think I can only do 3.
10 push-ups while eating the Carolina.
That's right, yeah.
So truthfully, it sounds easy, but I think I'm still gonna suck. So.
Okay, well, whenever y'all ready.
Are you doing it with me?
I have to.
Or
right?
do you want? Are we allowed to do 5 and 5? Because this is like a teammate thing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's an interesting point. I don't know. Can you do 5? Let's just get down there and see how it goes.
Okay.
Maybe it'll be easier than you thought.
Yeah.
Ready, down. 1.
Nice.
There we go.
2.
Oh, that's easy, Becca.
3.
Come on. 4. That's it. Come on. 5.
Let's go, Becca.
Yes. 6. You got it. 7.
3 more. Let's go. 8.
Come on.
2 more. 9. Last one. Let's go. 10.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Were those like actual push-ups I did? Did they look okay? All right, everyone, we are going to close out this episode of Uncharted. It was quite an interesting one. Congrats on catching your first redfish ever.
that was cool.
Happy birthday.
And happy birthday.
That was really
so
cool.
it was pretty,
And we won the Marine.
Oh, yeah,
box.
hell yeah.
I'm not trying to rub it in. I'm just saying, like, it was a big day.
It was a big day for the bearded man, but I'm pretty satisfied with the outcome. It was cool. That was my first redfish I've ever even seen in person. So
Really? You never caught one either?
no, I've never caught one,
I
never
didn't
seen
even
one.
know that.
And then you dropped it in the water, which was really
I dropped
cool.
it in the water before we could take a picture, so real professional.
Yeah, it was a really good day. It was a long day, but we're excited to see what tomorrow holds as well. And special thanks to the lieutenant
that's right,
for
man. Appreciate
really
it.
making it happen.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
My partner that we lost.
Yeah, you guys
Me in the
did.
Y'all
challenge.
crushed it. Yeah, let's stay ready, y'all, because I think the fishing is about to get fired up. We have a lot more points on the line coming
That's
at you
right.
guys
Yes.
very
That's
soon.
right.
Till then, we'll see you.
Peace out.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back. I'm here with Lojo and Becca, and today we are just north of the city of Charleston, fishing Lake Marion. Today is all about the fishing, and this place is absolutely beautiful, dude.
It
I mean,
is.
look at the trees just
Yeah.
around this place.
Yeah.
A little breeze.
Not to mention the trees that are in the water out
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot to fish, a lot of islands, a lot of points, a lot of things that we can go off of and try to kind of combine everyone's knowledge and see what we can make happen.
A lot of boat traffic right now.
Yeah,
There are like
Seriously, this is a mega ramp. Like,
bass boats are just emerging out of nowhere, which that's normally a good sign when you're pulling up to the lake and there's a ton of bass boats that are either coming in, leaving. Well, then the leaving, that's not really a great
That's
sign.
not a good sign.
I just mean that there's fish here. Like there's definitely bass here. There's fish, probably some big ones too.
So this lake is
good
really
sign.
known for its bass fishing and the quality you can actually catch here. So we're gonna try and get on a handful for y'all. But I'm actually opening up our challenge card for the day.
All right, let's see
see what Lowcountry has in store for us. It looks like, you guys, for the point system, most fish caught today is gonna be worth 150 points.
Most points of the
So,
whole trip so far, right?
Most
Yeah.
points of any challenge
Okay.
we've seen. And then each species of fish you catch. So this is different, 50 points for every species. So shoot, maybe I don't want to just target bass. Maybe I want to throw on
Each
some lighter
species
rigs.
50, most fish for the day 150.
Yep.
So going
Okay.
for a multi-species approach might actually be something that's
That can
smart
pan
to
out.
do.
Okay.
Yes.
If the bass fishing is tough, so I
Well,
don't know. That's interesting.
I'm
We'll
into
see.
that.
That's a whole new component. You're a multi-species kind of angler,
I'm,
right?
Yeah, 90% bass fishing, but then saltwater. I like to dabble with catfish and the carp too. So
Yeah.
And you have some catching up to do, so that's a good thing.
I have a
good
lot.
Catching up to
Burr!
I don't-
Hey, you
I
know.
have
I didn't even think about
this
that.
many points in total for the whole trip. In case you're curious.
So she's gonna be putting them on the board today, you guys. I
this
think
could
it's
be the
gonna
day you turn it around. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah. Hey, I'm still having a good time. That's what Uncharted's all about.
That's
Yeah,
right.
100%. We're loving it out here, you guys, and we're about to get some fish in the boat, we hope. Let's go ahead and launch this thing. I'm starting off with this EXO ribbon, you guys. Catch Company bait, check that thing out. I can actually swim this with that curly tail, or I can just bump it along the bottom, so I can work it in a multitude of different ways. Got a little 1/4 ounce weight on there. It's just Texas rigged on a 4-aught worm hook. We're about to have some fun with it. First cast.
we saw a fish like blow up on these grass edges, and then it looked like bass blow up, like 100%. But and then we saw it blow up again, and then Lojo was like big shadow, and it was a gar. And gar will eat this jerkbait, but I was honestly about to just get the net or something and get him. That would be 50 points, right? No one said hook and line to catch a fish. All I heard was catch a fish. So I don't know, but clearly there's massive gar. That was the biggest gar I've ever seen, because I don't have gar up in New England. That thing was a monster. But we've seen some movements on like the grass edge, so we're kind of oh.
There's more.
Oh, there's multiple.
Oh my God!
How'd you miss them?
There's a bunch of gar.
Dude.
There's like 3. I went right behind them. They're right there. You see their shadow right there? That's them. They're just sitting there.
Right. Well.
Dude, I can definitely get
Right
him.
there. I'm about to get him.
There you go.
I was
He was going
drifting
after
too
it.
fast.
I don't think we've seen.
I don't think we've seen a single bass.
That makes me, yeah, that makes me feel like we've legitimately not seen our target species for the day at all, which is a bass. Dang it! All right, we haven't really figured out anything then.
They'll snap your line. So excited for his points.
Yes!
When you call on the fish gods, they will be kind to you. So, my first South Carolina bass ever, I believe.
Yep, deeper water, that's what it took.
Deeper water, we knew we had to search around a little bit and find some deeper water. I mean, we've been fishing trees all day, but the difference is these trees are in like 5 to 7 foot, and as rather than like 2-3 foot we've been seeing. Kind of a weird looking fish. He's kind of got, well, he's actually a pretty pretty fish. Largemouth.
Solid pattern almost, like I see less lateral line, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, the lateral line's just not really there. It's kind of weird. But anyways, a little jig action. I was just saying, Lord, just give me a tap on the jig, and he obliged me. Thank you, buddy. So that's one fish for me. What 50 point? Or
50, but it's 200 until we catch one, because you've also
right,
got the
because
most.
I've got the most fish until they change our mind.
Well, we are gonna leave this lake right now. I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but it is getting very windy out here. It's a big lake. We covered as much as we thought that was gonna be good and fish well, and we ended up successfully landing one fish, which was Mr. Lojo himself. And we lost a couple fish at the boat. Saw a bunch of gar, which was really cool, and it was just it's a beautiful place. I highly recommend coming here if you're in the South Carolina area, because the trees, it's breathtaking. The fishing just wasn't top tier for us, and we really want to crank some fish, so we're gonna kick it old school right now. Bring back, we're just gonna load up on minimal gear and use our legs, and we're gonna do some bank fishing, which is one of my favorite types of fishing, so should be good.
Species.
So, yeah.
Challenge is still going on.
Yes.
So
Yes.
one fish lead means nothing when 3 of us go to a pond. I mean, there's going to be bluegill here. We know there's going to be bass. There's also bowfin,
Yes.
which is kind of a wild card, but you can catch them on bass lures. So the competition's far from over.
The Outside Foundation, it helps kids get off the couch and experience the outdoors. The Outside Foundation provides scholarships, they host events, and they continue to educate the community. If you guys want to go check them out, there'll be a link down below and you can read more about what they do. Now let's get back to fishing and hope that I win today.
So we've officially made the transition from lake to pond and from boat to bank. But so I guess with the point system, I'm the only person that's caught a fish today. So that was 25 points, I believe. Was it 25 or 50, Westin? 50. And each additional species is 50 as well? Okay. So now is where that whole multi-species angle is going to come into play. You know, Becca, I know she's got a little bobber rig rigged up, a real like a little panfish, tiny little jig head. So in a small residential pond like this, there's a number of fish you could catch with that kind of rig. So Becca might not be going for the most fish. She might just be trying to get all those different fish species and pile them up, pile points up that way.
Yes! Yes! Pop it out just like that. Right here we got a nice largemouth bass. I'm throwing green pumpkin bow bug. It's a creature bait. I just tossed it right in that corner and he absolutely smoked it. When I threw it in, I also hit a whole entire ball of fry, so I think this pond might be the juice, but we have a lot more to hit also. Nice, first fish of Unchartered. It took me a little while. Oh, no way!
Little vile bug fish right there. Nothing big, but I mean, hey, that's a fish. That's 2 for me today. I'm gonna have to keep track of all this and do some totaling at the end. But if I can at least keep pace with Becca, although she may get more species than me, maybe I can still win this thing. But Westin, he ain't doing too
Got him. Got him. Nice. Yes. And it's not a bass. Yes. Yes. Just linked up with the first fish, and I'm actually stoked because it's not a bass, and that's what I'm targeting with this 4-inch exo swim bait I'm throwing. So what that means is I've got opportunity to not just get 50 points for this guy as my first species, but line them up back to back with a largemouth and maybe even another variation of this guy. Lojo mentioned this might be a warmouth. Y'all let us know down in the comments. We're going to do our due diligence and figure that out, but needless to say, that's one checked off the list for me. I'm going to now try and go for most fish because the points leader only has 3, so if we can get on a hot bite, we could really make something happen here with the species and total points standings. I'm gonna get this guy back in the water. Let's go for a bass now.
All right, we are officially done with our bank fishing mission. Once my hair's up in a bun, you know I'm like completely done for the day. You can't tell I'm sweating. The boys and I are all tired. How many fish did you get?
I ended up with 3 or 4 on the hook now, but I only caught the one warmouth is what we think it is.
Okay, and then you?
I caught 2 bass all day. One at the lake.
Okay, yep.
One at the ponds.
Got it.
And what did you get?
5.
5? Wow. So you caught even more
Where did you
after
come up with all this extra stuff?
2 of them not on this camera. You guys were long gone. I caught 2 off that, and then yeah.
All bass.
Jeez.
Yeah, all bass.
Okay.
All bass.
Nice work though.
Yeah, thank
that puts
you.
That's major points for you.
So, yeah,
You won day 1, you won day 2, I won day 3.
Yeah, we got kind of an actual competition going on right now.
It's crazy.
But since we're done fishing, we are tired, we're sweating. We need to hydrate a little bit.
We need fuel.
And we need fuel, more importantly. So there's a really cool restaurant in Charleston we want to go to right now. Let's share a little bit of that experience with you guys. Let's go. Which is?
All right, y'all, what an amazing past few days it has been in Charleston. We are wrapping things up, started things off crabbing with Tia, took a culinary tour through the city of Charleston towards some of the finest places to eat, to dine, and had a great time doing it. The next day, what did we start off with?
I caught my first redfish, is what we did.
Caught the first redfish.
Yeah,
we got out on
my
saltwater.
birthday. That's right, got out on some salt water with the boat, a nice little low stinger, ripped around, caught a redfish. Then we decided to get a little training in because you've been wanting to get a workout. I've been avoiding getting a workout in, but the Marines over there at MCAS made sure all 3 of us got a nice little workout. And then what, day 3 was what?
Don't forget, I did throw up too.
Yeah, you did. You did throw up off camera, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, actually not unfortunately. It was probably for the best. I guarantee they don't want to watch me throw up.
It's possible, yeah.
On day 3, we went to Lake Merritt, and Lojo was the only person that was able to hook up into a bass. It ended up being a pretty decent guy, and then we hit some local ponds, went bank fishing, and I took the dub that day, so we're all tied right now for who won.
That's the thing. So we're in kind of a weird situation. So it's weird, but it's going to be good. So Becca won a day, Westin won a day, I won a day. So normally there would be one winner of Uncharted, but since all 3 of us won points of each day, all 3 of our charities are going to get a donation from our sponsors and from 𝗃𝗁𝗃. So that's not a bad deal for our charities. It's kind of a good thing that we all tied.
Yeah, absolutely.
It works out pretty well for everyone, actually. No one can say, you know, hey, I dominated or I dominated. And,
True.
And the charities get a little bit from all of us. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Had a great time here, the Lowcountry, Charleston, South Carolina. If you guys ever get a chance to visit it, make sure you do so. As always, all of our sponsors and any information you may need to know is going to be in the description. So you guys make sure you're subscribed to this channel, the 𝗃𝗁𝗃 YouTube channel. Enable that bell notification. That way you guys do not miss any more seasons of Uncharted or any other episodes that drop on this channel. As always, guys, smash that thumbs up button. Love you guys. Westin Smith, fishing with Becca and Lojo.
See you guys next time.
We're out.
Peace.